In the spring of 1822, a most peculiar sight greeted the people of a small German village. A white stork, a familiar sign of the changing seasons, had returned, but it carried a strange and startling passenger. Piercing right through its neck was a long, dark spear, nearly 80 centimeters in length. Miraculously, the bird was still alive, having flown an immense distance with this terrible wound. This incredible survivor, which came to be known as the Pfeilstorch, or arrow stork, was not just a curiosity. It held the key to a puzzle that had perplexed naturalists and thinkers for centuries. Where do the birds go when winter comes? For so long, their disappearance was a complete and utter mystery. The spear itself provided the crucial clue. Upon careful examination, experts identified it as being of a type crafted and used by people in Central Africa. This was the first piece of solid, undeniable evidence that European birds did not simply vanish, but undertook extraordinary journeys to distant continents. The arrow stork proved that the storks seen in Germany during the summer were the very same birds that spent their winters thousands of miles away in Africa. Its incredible flight, despite such a grievous injury, was a testament to the resilience of nature and provided the first tangible proof of the phenomenon we now know as long-distance migration. Before this astonishing discovery, ideas about what happened to birds in the winter were often quite fantastical. Without any evidence of them flying south, some of the most respected minds of the time proposed bizarre theories. One popular belief was that birds like swallows spent the winter hibernating at the bottom of muddy ponds, buried in the silt until spring awakened them. Another theory suggested they flew to the moon. Some even thought that smaller birds transformed into larger, hardier ones to survive the cold, only to change back again when the weather warmed. The arrow stork put an end to these strange speculations, replacing myth and folklore with scientific fact. The story of this single, wounded bird fundamentally changed our understanding of the natural world. It demonstrated that nature's solutions are often far more grand and awe-inspiring than anything we can imagine. The idea of a small creature flying across entire continents was, in its own way, as magical as the idea of it sleeping underwater. The Pfeilstorch was not just an injured animal. It was a messenger, carrying a truth about the interconnectedness of our planet. It showed that the life of a single bird could link the forests of Germany with the savannas of Africa, revealing a global tapestry of life that we were only just beginning to comprehend. The arrow stork's survival was a marvel, but it also hinted at the incredible physical abilities that all migratory birds possess. To undertake such grueling journeys, these animals have evolved bodies that are masterpieces of biological engineering, perfectly adapted for endurance and efficiency in the air. One of the most important adaptations can be seen in their wings. Many long-distance flyers have long, narrow wings that are incredibly effective at generating lift. This shape allows them to glide for long periods, using air currents to their advantage and conserving precious energy. It reduces drag, making every flap of their wings more powerful and efficient, turning them into nature's most accomplished aviators. Beyond their wings, the muscles that power their flight are truly extraordinary. A bird's pectoral, or chest, muscles are enormous in proportion to its body, often making up a significant portion of its total weight. These muscles are packed with mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses inside cells, which allows them to work tirelessly for hours or even days without fatiguing. They also have a dense network of capillaries that supply a constant flow of oxygen-rich blood, enabling them to maintain the intense aerobic effort required for non-stop flight over vast oceans or deserts. This muscular endurance is what allows a tiny songbird to cross the Gulf of Mexico in a single flight. To fuel these powerful muscles, birds have developed a remarkable energy storage system. Before they begin their migration, they enter a state called hyperphagia, where they eat voraciously, sometimes doubling their body weight in just a few weeks. All this extra food is converted into fat, which is the most energy-dense fuel available in nature. Gram for gram, fat provides twice as much energy as carbohydrates or protein, making it the perfect portable fuel tank for a long journey. This stored fat is what sustains them through days of flight, when stopping to find food is not an option, allowing them to complete their epic intercontinental voyages. These physiological adaptations, from wing shape to muscle composition and fat storage, work together in perfect harmony. They transform the bird's body into a highly efficient, long-distance flying machine. The arrow stork, even with its severe injury, was able to tap into this deep well of physical resilience to complete its journey home. It is a powerful reminder that these creatures are not simply flying. They are performing one of the most demanding and spectacular athletic feats in the entire animal kingdom, a feat for which evolution has prepared them in the most intricate and wonderful ways. Solving the mystery of where birds go was only the first step. The next, equally baffling question was how they find their way. Migratory birds navigate across thousands of miles of unfamiliar territory with pinpoint accuracy, returning to the exact same nesting site year after year. They achieve this incredible feat using a sophisticated suite of internal navigation tools. One of the most fascinating is their ability to sense the Earth's magnetic field. It is believed that special proteins in their eyes, called cryptochromes, allow some birds to actually see the planet's magnetic lines as patterns of light or shade, giving them a built-in compass that is always reliable day or night. In addition to their magnetic sense, many birds are also expert celestial navigators. Birds that migrate during the day, like storks and eagles, can use the position of the sun as a guide. They have an internal clock that allows them to compensate for the sun's movement across the sky, enabling them to maintain a constant heading. For the vast number of birds that migrate at night, the stars provide their map. They learn to recognize the patterns of constellations and navigate by the North Star, which remains fixed in the sky as the other stars rotate around it. This stellar map gives them a fixed reference point to guide their long nocturnal journeys. Perhaps the most astonishing aspect of bird navigation is that much of it is innate. The knowledge of where to go and when to leave is encoded directly into their genes. Young birds, on their very first migration, often travel without their parents or any experienced adults to guide them. Yet, they instinctively know the direction they must fly, and even how far they need to travel. This genetic programming is like a flight plan inherited from countless generations of ancestors. It dictates the timing of their departure, the direction of their route, and the location of their destination. A remarkable example of instinct guiding behavior. This combination of a magnetic sense, celestial navigation, and genetic programming creates a navigation system that is both robust and flexible. If clouds obscure the sun and stars, a bird can still rely on its magnetic compass. This built-in toolkit ensures that, no matter the conditions, they can stay on course. It explains how a young cuckoo, raised by other birds and abandoned by its parents, can leave England and fly unerringly to its ancestral wintering grounds in Africa, a place it has never seen before. The navigational abilities of these birds are a profound mystery of nature, showcasing an intelligence and awareness that we are only just beginning to understand. The story of the Pfeilstorch is more than just a fascinating piece of natural history. It is a powerful lesson about the scientific process itself. It beautifully illustrates how a single, unexpected observation can completely overturn centuries of accepted belief and open up entirely new fields of inquiry. Before that stork arrived in Germany, the mystery of bird migration was a matter of speculation and myth. Afterwards, it became a subject of scientific study, prompting researchers to ask new questions and seek evidence-based answers. This shift from folklore to fact is the very essence of scientific progress, driven by curiosity and the careful observation of the world around us. The discovery also highlights the importance of keeping an open mind. The theories of birds hibernating in mud or flying to the moon may seem silly to us today, but they were proposed by intelligent people trying to make sense of a puzzle with the limited information they had. The arrow stork served as a critical piece of data that proved these old ideas wrong and pointed toward a far more incredible reality. It reminds us that our understanding is always evolving, and that nature is often more complex and wonderful than our current theories might suggest. True discovery requires us to be willing to abandon old ideas when new evidence presents itself. Furthermore, the tale of the arrow stork deepens our appreciation for the interconnectedness of our planet. It showed that events in one part of the world, like a hunter throwing a spear in Africa, could have visible consequences on another continent. The bird's journey physically linked ecosystems that seemed worlds apart, revealing that the birds we enjoy in our local parks are global citizens, dependent on healthy habitats across vast distances. This understanding is more crucial today than ever before, as it forms the basis of international conservation efforts to protect migratory routes and the nesting and wintering grounds that these remarkable creatures depend on. Ultimately, the legacy of the arrow stork is one of wonder. It is a story that captures the resilience of life, the beauty of scientific discovery, and the immense, hidden dramas that unfold in the natural world every day. It encourages us to look closer, to ask questions, and to marvel at the extraordinary adaptations and journeys of the creatures with whom we share our planet. That single bird, flying across the sky with a spear in its neck, not only solved an ancient mystery, but also left us with a timeless reminder of the power of observation and the endless wonders that nature holds.